What's up guys, it's Mike with Alpha Reptile back with another video today, and today I'm taking you guys through the southeastern part and the eastern part of Madagascar looking for chameleons. We have a good start here with first for Wilsey, or the canopy chameleon. We're going to be adventuring with the Bill Strand, so you know you'll be getting the most up-to-date information on all of these chameleon species. You'll be seeing more of this first for Wilsey later in the video. This is the first video in the series from Madagascar. If you guys are looking for the day-to-day herping type videos with these guys, yay! And don't you worry, I'm not going to be spoiling every single species that we saw. I gotta leave something for the exciting herping videos that are to come.
It's really difficult to find them. That's why we're boogieing through this jungle before we miss them again.
I did just want to give you guys a quick sneak peek into about half of the chameleon species that we saw over the course of our trip in Madagascar, which still amounts to about 10 different species that you'll see in this video. The nitty-gritty details, along with all the other species you don't see in this video, will come in the following weeks, so make sure you stick around and let's go. Our journey begins in Ranamafana National Park in southeastern Madagascar, and holy smokes, were there some incredible species that we saw there. We found a Parsons chameleon about 15 feet off the ground. We simply stuck a branch under him and brought him down to our level. Now, these guys are truly incredible. This is the largest chameleon in the world. There's some debate about it, but one of the either largest or heaviest, one of the two. You guys decide. Let me know in the comments down below. This guy right here is a nearly full-grown male Kaluma parsoni. There is another subspecies, Christopher, but they are kind of a dwarf Parsons chameleon. These guys obviously are one locale. This is the yellow lip locale. This is truly a dream come true. I made a video at my friend's house and he was keeping these guys in captivity. But this is Gatsby. He's my male orange eye. And now I get to live out the dream of actually seeing them in the wild, getting the opportunity to show you guys all of them and take some data for, you know, furthering the hobby. Wow, look, 24 degrees. Alright, so while we're in their native habitat, I'm definitely going to try and get some data for them. So this isn't going to be a completely accurate representation of the temperatures where they exist, but it's pretty much the closest we can get without climbing 50 feet in the tree. So let's take a few temperatures and find out. 21 at the base of the tree. So keep in mind that this is measuring the surface temperature, not the air temperature. You guys see some footage right now. It's nearly 30 degrees in here when it was sunny. And since it's become a lot more overcast, now it's dropping down to like the 24, 25 degrees Celsius or about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. For more temperature readings and UVI readings for a lot of these chameleons, you'll have to check out the actual full vlogs. I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek here in this video, but on to the next species of chameleon that we found in Ranamafana. Right here, you guys, we have a first for reptiliatus. This is a gorgeous find that was found in a jackfruit tree. We've seen so many incredible species. I have just learned from Bill that these guys are very much Kaluma-like. They tend to stay deeper in forests, whereas most first fur like to be kind of towards the forest edge. They look so similar to a Parsons chameleon, and honestly, this is a species that I never knew about, and I'm sure you guys didn't either.
And the reason why many people have never seen this or even heard about this is because it doesn't come into captivity. It doesn't come into the trade. And so if you want to see it, generally you have to go to Madagascar.
There is one captive population that Biome in the Ukraine has, and it looks like they've actually produced babies as well. In general, there is no CITES quota for these guys though, like Bill mentioned, so you will not find them in the trade very commonly. Although maybe Biome will be able to ship them out and get them further established into the hobby, because these guys would make for some incredible pets. Continuing on through Ranamafana National Park, there are definitely a few more species of chameleon that I'm dying to show you. So, dude. Here we are with a female leaf chameleon. You can definitely tell she's gravid. They typically lay either 1 or 2 eggs. They're about the size of a Tic Tac. So, you know, next time you eat one of those, keep in mind you're killing chameleons everywhere. And seeing the difference between the male and the female, it is pretty obvious. There are less spines on this one, and she is a bit bigger, definitely more obtuse as well. It's just so special that we can see these guys in their natural habitat here in Madagascar. Man, this trip just keeps getting better and better. We actually are just in front of a massive waterfall. This drive has been very fruitful in the species of chameleons. This right here is a blue-legged chameleon, otherwise known as the Kaluma crypticum. This is a stunning male specimen. Kaluma crypticum are amongst Madagascar's larger species of chameleons. They look very similar to Kaluma brevicorn and were actually imported as brevicorn for a number of years. They have been speciated and they are their own species now, and unfortunately there are no CITES quota for them. So unfortunately, like the first reptiliatus, we are unable to get these guys in captivity as of right now. Hopefully that will change when there are some studies on their populations done. Hopefully after they are assessed and deemed viable for exportation, they will be established amongst hobbyists in the community and available to some of us that are interested in this species. I've had an incredible time searching for all these chameleons, and I think it is time to put him back into the jungle. Now as we say goodbye to our beautiful home in Ranamafana and all the chameleons that we saw there, we can move over towards all the other destinations that we went on our 2-week trip. Allow me to show you some of the chameleons that we saw along the way. This right here is a beautiful little juvenile furcifer minor. I thought finding chameleons in Florida was cool. Finding a furcifer in the wild in his native habitat is truly speechless. This guy was right next to a creek, as you guys can see right now. Absolutely remarkable placement on this gorgeous chameleon. And there's a little bit more to behold with the furcifer minor. Just a moment ago, you saw me with a juvenile male furcifer minor. Now we have a beautiful adult male furcifer minor and an adult female who I imagine is gravid. Absolutely stunning colors. As you can see, she wants nothing to do with this male, and that's fine with me. We're not gonna force them together, just a healthy distance apart. Not too long after seeing those furcifer minor, I managed to find my first chameleon of the trip.
Hey Alec, you got sunscreen in the car?
No, I think I'm...
Guys, I found one. First chameleon of the trip. Let's go.
What you got?
This, I believe, is a little lateralis. I believe. Oh, he's also shedding. Hello. Come here, friend. I know, I don't want to bug you too much.
Damn, boy.
Whew. Another male. God, he's back in heat. Damn! I'm speechless. Yeah. That's it.
That's all, folks.
That's all she wrote. This is actually one of the other furcifer lateralis that we found that I'm going to talk with. I just had to highlight my first finding of a chameleon in the wild. Right here, we have a furcifer lateralis, otherwise known as a carpet chameleon. They got that fantastic name because they look like one of the crazy carpets. This beautiful male right here is an incredible find. As you can see, he's had some battle wounds, maybe some wars with other rival males. The goal at the end of the day is finding a gravid female, because then you'll see the true colors that make this the carpet chameleon. Well, spoiler alert, we found one. But you're gonna have to tune into the full herping videos in order to find out more about her. We were flying by on the Magic School Bus, and Dave spotted out the side of the window this beautiful furcifer. This beautiful furcifer Ustaleti. He is a male, and he's not the happiest camper, but I would like to invite Bill Strand on to talk about him a little bit more.
Furcifer ustaleti, also known as the Malagasy giant chameleon, is a widespread chameleon here in Madagascar and is one of the largest. Now, this is a male. You can tell by the high casque and the hemipenes back here. One thing that may surprise you is looking at just the area around here. It does not look like a place where you'd find a chameleon, and especially this hot. Right now we're in the middle of the afternoon. I would say, what do you say, upper 80s, 90s?
Yeah.
Probably in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he was found crossing an asphalt road, which is not cool.
Dave took a temperature of the road, and it's sitting at about 135 degrees.
The very impressive thing about this is how they have adapted to human encroachment. If you look around here, you can tell that humans have clear-cut the entire area. There's just a couple of bushes and trees, and they've adapted to this area, and this is one reason why they are so widespread. Now, I know a lot of people who listen to this channel are pet owners, and so you may be wondering, is this a good pet? And actually, Ustaleti make great pets. They have great personalities. Wild caught, of course, is not as desirable as captive hatched. They don't get the attention they deserve because they don't have the colors of the panther chameleon, but this is definitely an underrated chameleon. The one thing you need to keep in mind is they grow big, and so you need a bigger cage.
And because Bill just mentioned them, I guess I'll bring up the panther chameleons right now, starting with this little tiny fresh hatchling that we found on one of the trees at the last place we stayed at. I certainly didn't want to bug this little one, so let's go find an adult. Here in the tree behind me, we were able to spot one of the most commonly kept chameleons in the hobby. This is Furcifer pardalis, or a panther chameleon. These guys, as Bill has informed me, these guys are found from 0 meters all the way up to 1,000 meters, which in most cases would cause some speciation or different species to come out of the woodworks, but these guys do not. These guys are all one species and just different locales. So you can see this locale has got some nice frosted blues, a little bit of green, and some red bars. Out of all the chameleons we've seen, I think this might be the one that we try and work into our reptile room because they are the most adaptable, they tolerate the most wide range of temperatures. Additionally, they just are an incredible species, although it's going to be a hard competition to see which one makes it into the reptile room eventually. Not anytime soon. And now, just because I showed you guys the panther chameleon doesn't mean you can leave yet. We still have 2 more species to talk about, starting with this Furcifer wilsey. Not 5 minutes from where we started, we got out of the battle bus and our guides found this beautiful canopy chameleon, or Furcifer wilsey. It's very interesting because these guys are typically found in dense primary rainforest, but if you look around us right here, these are very disturbed habitats, which means that when all the primary rainforests are gone, these guys will persist, and unfortunately the gorgeous parsoni probably will not. Furcifer wilsey, the canopy chameleon, one of the best pets out there. I'm so excited to have found this guy, and it's definitely a species that I'm considering keeping when I get home. And to wrap up this video, there is one more chameleon that we haven't talked about yet, and that is Furcifer major. These guys used to be classified as lateralis, however now they have been fully speciated. They were legally exported as Furcifer lateralis subspecies major for a number of years, but as of right now there are no legal exportations of these guys because there's no CITES quota for the species anymore. These guys do like to live in the drier southern portions of Madagascar, so another check in the box of an easier species to keep in captivity, because a lot of times the humid, cool climates that many chameleons need to thrive is kind of challenging to provide in captivity. So these guys might be the perfect candidate for a small, easy to keep chameleon in your home. We do have to put her back and get back to the battle bus, but we're gonna let her go right where we found her. And now as we charge forward into our next adventure in Madagascar, I want to thank you guys all very much for watching this first video of the Madagascar trip, and I really hope you're looking forward to the full herping videos coming in the next weeks. I am so excited to share them with you guys. This is just a little taste of what is to come. For those of you that made it to the very end, make sure you like the video, and let me know in the comments down below what your favorite chameleon was on this video. I really look forward to seeing what you guys have to share. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.